What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA playoffs, Monday, April 15th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, who do we have at the point guard position? I like Ben Simmons from the Philadelphia 76ers playing the Brooklyn Nets, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're middle-of-the-pack defending opposing point guards. Ben Simmons has scored 43.2 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. He scored 29 fantasy points in 32 minutes in his first game of the playoffs, definitely underperformed, and now Ben Simmons is $7,300 DraftKings salary. He's $2,600 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 41.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.7 times value. This is more of a DraftKings play for me. I'm not in love with that FanDuel price. There's an implied total of 225.5 points in this game. This is a home game, a fast-paced game. Ben Simmons should bounce back and have a good game and crush this $7,300 price tag. So I love Ben Simmons here versus the Brooklyn Nets. So our DFS tools for MLB baseball are now live and working. You can click on the MLB tab to change sports and check the tools out for baseball. They're really helpful. They're going to save you guys a ton of research time. Remember, we added projected ownership, and that will be updating throughout the day as injury news changes. We also added the fantasy points per minute stat here for each player, and we also added a stat that's new to the industry. We call it the hit percentage, and it's the percent chance this player has to hit value at his current DFS salary. And you can access all these new stats even on mobile devices by tapping the dash rank icon. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I like Klay Thompson from the Golden State Warriors playing the LA Clippers, who have the 5th worst defense overall, and they're middle of the pack defending opposing shooting guards. Klay Thompson has scored 34.1 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 26% usage rate. Klay Thompson only scored 23 fantasy points in 36 minutes in his first playoff game. He definitely underperformed. Klay Thompson is $5,800 DraftKings salary. He's the same price on FanDuel, so I love that FanDuel price. Projected at 34.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.9 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game, and a fantastic matchup. As soon as Klay's shot starts to fall, he's going to crush value that game. It's going to happen soon, and I don't want to miss it. So I love Klay Thompson. Still low salary here versus the LA Clippers. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the position optimizer where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new player trends tool where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, who do we have at the small forward position? I like Kevin Durant from the Golden State Warriors playing the LA Clippers, who have the 5th worst defense overall, and they're middle of the pack defending opposing small forwards. Kevin Durant has scored 46.2 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 35 minutes per game with a 29% usage rate. Kevin Durant scored 40 fantasy points in 32 minutes in the first game of the playoffs. He was ejected at the end of the game, so I'm expecting him to come back from this one with a lot of emotion and something to prove. Kevin Durant is $8,000 DraftKings salary. He's $1,600 more on FanDuel, projected at 45.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.7 times value. There's an implied total of 230 points in this game, so that's a huge total. This is a home game, a fast-paced game. Kevin Durant's going to bounce back from that game he got ejected. Players tend to do that. Remember Eric Bledsoe's bounce back ejection game? I think Kevin Durant does the same thing right here. So I love Kevin Durant here versus the LA Clippers. Okay, who do we have at the power forward position? I like Montrezl Harrell from the LA Clippers playing the Golden State Warriors, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. They're also middle-of-the-pack defending opposing power forwards. Montrezl Harrell has scored 31.7 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 26 minutes per game with a 24% usage rate. Montrezl Harrell scored 43 fantasy points in 29 minutes with a 26% usage rate in the first game of the playoffs. Montrezl Harrell is $5,900 DraftKings salary. He's $800 more on FanDuel, projected at 32.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.5 times value. So he played 29 minutes in the first game of the playoffs, and I hope that trend continues here. He can put up big numbers when he gets the minutes, so I love Montrezl Harrell here versus the Golden State Warriors. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Joel Embiid from the Philadelphia 76ers playing the Brooklyn Nets, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing centers. Joel Embiid has scored 55.5 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 33% usage rate. Joel Embiid scored 57 fantasy points in 24 minutes. He had a 44% usage rate. He was doubtful for that game. He ended up playing 24 minutes and smashed the Brooklyn Nets. Now he's questionable. We know he's going to play. He's going to get his full run because they lost. They're going to need him to win this game. He would have played more last game, but they were losing, so there was no reason to run him out there. So he only played 24 minutes, but he would have played 30 plus minutes if they had a chance to win that game. It has nothing to do with his knee. His knee is structurally fine. He can play through the pain. Philadelphia 76ers have been playing everyone with that injury tag in the Joel Embiid drama, so just forget about it. He's going to play. He's going to be out there. Joel Embiid is $9,800 DraftKings salary. He's $1,200 more on FanDuel, projected at 54.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.6 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game. The matchup can't get any better. Philadelphia needs to win this game. So I love Joel Embiid here versus the Brooklyn Nets. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.